It was a crisp autumn night when the alert first came in from the Hubble Deep Space Observatory. Dr. Amelia Zhao, the head of the observation team, could scarcely believe her eyes as the real-time data streamed in, depicting an anomaly of unprecedented size and velocity. Summoning her colleagues, she pored over the readings, cross-referencing them with every known astronomical catalog, but nothing could have prepared them for what they were about to witness. It's enormous," gasped Dr. Rajesh Sharma, his fingers trembling as he adjusted the resolution of the live feed. "Larger than any spacecraft we've ever encountered, by an order of magnitude." Amelia nodded grimly, her mind racing to comprehend the implications. "And it's on a direct course for the solar system. We need to alert the appropriate authorities immediately." Within minutes, frantic calls were placed to government agencies and military command centers around the world. Heads of state convened emergency meetings, their brows furrowed with a mixture of fascination and trepidation. What was the nature of this colossal visitor from the depths of space, and what were its intentions? As news of the discovery swept across the globe, the public response was one of equal parts wonder and dread. Some greeted the prospect of first contact with a childlike enthusiasm, their imaginations captivated by visions of benevolent aliens sharing advanced technology. Others, however, were gripped by a more primal fear, recalling humanity's history of conflict and subjugation in the face of superior forces. In the quiet moments before the world erupted into a maelstrom of speculation and debate, Amelia found herself reflecting on the magnitude of their discovery. For centuries, humanity had gazed up at the stars, wondering if they were truly alone in the universe. Now, on the cusp of an encounter that could forever change the course of civilization, she couldn't help but feel a profound sense of both excitement and trepidation. As the observation teams worked tirelessly to gather more data on the approaching vessel, Amelia knew that the world was holding its collective breath. What would this enigmatic visitor bring? Knowledge, technology, or perhaps even something far more unimaginable. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and she prayed that they would be ready to face whatever lay in store. In the days that followed, the news of the colossal craft's approach dominated every media outlet, sparking a global frenzy of speculation and preparation. Governments mobilized their resources, convening panels of experts to devise first contact protocols and weighed the possible consequences of engagement. Military forces were placed on high alert, their commanders grappling with the unsettling prospect of confronting an adversary whose technological prowess was beyond comprehension. Yet, amidst the chaos and uncertainty, a sense of unity began to emerge. Humanity, for once, seemed to set aside its petty differences and rivalries, united by the profound realization that they were on the verge of an encounter that could forever change the course of their species. As the alien vessel drew ever closer, the world held its breath, waiting with a mixture of trepidation and cautious optimism for the moment of first contact. In laboratories and think tanks around the world, the greatest minds of the scientific community worked tirelessly to understand the nature of the colossal craft. Its sheer size and speed defied conventional physics, and its trajectory suggested a level of navigational precision that left even the most seasoned astrophysicists in awe. Speculation ran wild. Was this a simple probe, a reconnaissance mission, or the vanguard of a larger fleet? As the alien vessel approached the outer edges of the solar system, its silhouette became visible even to the naked eye. The media coverage reached a fever pitch, with round-the-clock news broadcasts and social media platforms buzzing with a cacophony of voices, some calling for caution, others demanding immediate action. World leaders found themselves caught in a delicate balancing act, trying to reassure the public while also preparing for the possibility of a hostile encounter. Amidst the growing tension, Amelia and her team continued their meticulous analysis, searching for any clue that might shed light on the true nature of the visitors. Their observations revealed a level of engineering that seemed to defy the limits of human technology, leaving them to wonder if this was merely the tip of the proverbial iceberg. As the alien vessel loomed ever larger in the sky, the world held its breath, waiting with bated anticipation for the moment when first contact would finally be made. As the colossal alien vessel drew ever closer to the solar system, world leaders convened a series of emergency summits, their debates punctuated by the awestruck gasps of their advisors as new data streamed in from the network of observatories. In the halls of the United Nations headquarters in New York, ambassadors from every corner of the globe gathered to discuss the unprecedented situation unfolding before them. Geopolitical tensions that had simmered for decades were set aside as the nations of the world recognized the gravity of the moment. Humanity stood on the precipice of first contact, and their response would shape the future of the species. "This is a pivotal moment in the history of our civilization," declared the Secretary General, her voice brimming with a mixture of trepidation and resolve. "We must put aside our differences and work together to ensure the safety and well-being of all people on this planet." Around the table, the assembled diplomats nodded solemnly, their minds racing with the implications of the colossal craft's arrival. Some advocated for a show of military force, determined to project an image of strength and readiness. Others argued for a more cautious, diplomatic approach, emphasizing the need to understand the visitors' intentions before engaging them. "We cannot risk provoking a hostile reaction," cautioned the representative from China. "This is a matter of global security, and we must proceed with the utmost care and consideration." As the debates raged on, scientific teams from around the world were mobilized, pooling their expertise and resources to study the approaching vessel. Communications specialists worked tirelessly to establish a framework for potential dialogue, while engineers and technicians explored ways to defend against any potential threat. Within the halls of NASA and its international counterparts, the atmosphere was one of equal parts excitement and apprehension. The prospect of making contact with an extraterrestrial civilization was the stuff of dreams, but the sheer scale and technological prowess of the alien craft left many wondering if humanity was truly prepared for such an encounter. "We've never seen anything like this before," said Dr. Amelia Zhao, her voice tinged with a mixture of awe and trepidation. "The level of engineering and propulsion required to achieve this kind of interstellar travel is beyond anything we've ever conceived of." As the days turned into weeks, the global response became increasingly coordinated and comprehensive. Military forces were placed on high alert, with advanced fighter jets and missile defense systems deployed to strategic locations around the world. Contingency plans were drawn up, outlining scenarios for every possible outcome, from peaceful first contact to all-out conflict. Yet, amid the frenetic preparations, a sense of unity began to emerge. Humanity, for once, seemed to set aside its petty differences and rivalries, united by the profound realization that they were on the verge of an encounter that could forever change the course of their species. As the alien vessel drew ever closer, the world held its breath, waiting with a mixture of trepidation and cautious optimism for the moment when first contact would finally be made. In the quiet moments between meetings and strategy sessions, the world's leaders found themselves reflecting on the momentous significance of the events unfolding before them. They knew that the decisions they made in the coming days and weeks would have profound and far-reaching consequences, not just for their own nations, but for the entirety of the human race. As the colossal craft breached the outer edges of the solar system, its sheer size and elegance of design captivating the global audience glued to their screens, the leaders of the world steeled themselves for the moment of truth. Would the visitors come in peace, or would they seek to subjugate and dominate the people of Earth? The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and they prayed that they would have the wisdom and the courage to meet the challenge head-on. As the gargantuan alien vessel breached the outer edges of the solar system, its sheer scale and elegance of design captivated the global audience glued to their screens. Monumental in size, the craft moved with a grace that belied its immense mass, its surface gleaming in the reflected light of the distant sun. Billions of eyes watched in awe as the colossal vessel navigated the celestial tapestry, its trajectory precise and unwavering. Gone were the frenzied speculations and wild theories that had dominated the public discourse in the preceding weeks. In the face of this extraordinary phenomenon, the world found itself united in a profound sense of wonder. "It's like nothing we've ever seen before," murmured Amelia Zhao, her gaze fixed on the live feed from the observation platforms. "The level of engineering and control is simply astounding." Beside her, the rest of the scientific team nodded in silent agreement, their minds racing to comprehend the implications of what they were witnessing. How had this colossal craft traversed the vast distances of interstellar space? What was the nature of the technology that powered its effortless maneuvers? As the alien vessel drew closer, the tensions and fears that had gripped the world in the lead-up to this moment began to give way to a cautious sense of optimism. Perhaps the visitors came in peace, eager to share their knowledge and technology with the people of Earth. Or perhaps they harbored more inscrutable motives, their intentions cloaked in an impenetrable veil of mystery. In the war rooms and command centers around the globe, military leaders grappled with the unsettling prospect of confronting an adversary whose technological prowess was beyond comprehension. Fighter jets and missile batteries stood at the ready, their crews poised to respond to any perceived threat. Yet, even among the most seasoned commanders, there was a growing sense that conventional warfare might be utterly ineffective against such an extraordinary foe. "We're dealing with the unknown here," said General Nakamura, his brow furrowed with a mixture of concern and determination. "Our standard playbook may not apply. We need to be prepared for contingencies that we can scarcely imagine." As the alien vessel breached the outer edges of the Earth's orbit, its colossal form blotting out the stars, the world held its collective breath. Governments convened emergency sessions, their debates punctuated by the awestruck gasps of their advisors as new data streams poured in from the observation posts. Some called for preemptive action, their voices laced with a primal fear of the unknown. "We cannot afford to take chances," they argued, "not when the very future of our species hangs in the balance." Others, however, urged caution and diplomacy, emphasizing the need to understand the visitors' intentions before engaging them in any potentially hostile manner. "We have a chance here to make contact, to learn from a civilization that has clearly mastered the challenges of interstellar travel," they countered. "We must not squander this opportunity through reckless action." The debates raged on, with no clear consensus emerging as the alien vessel continued its stately progress towards the heart of the solar system. Amidst the chaos and uncertainty, a sense of unity began to take root, as the nations of the world recognized the profound significance of the moment and the need to present a united front. As the colossal craft drew ever nearer, the world held its breath, waiting with a mixture of trepidation and cautious optimism for the moment when first contact would finally be made. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and the decisions made in the coming hours and days would echo through the ages, forever shaping the course of civilization. As the colossal alien vessel drew nearer to Earth, its formidable presence looming ever larger in the sky, the world's leaders convened hastily assembled teams of linguists, diplomats, and scientists to craft a response to the visitor's imminent arrival. Tensions within the international community reached a fever pitch, with some nations advocating for a show of military might, while others argued passionately for a more cautious, diplomatic approach. The stakes had never been higher, and the fate of humanity hung in the balance. "We cannot afford to antagonize these beings," pleaded the representative from the European Union, her voice tinged with a mixture of trepidation and resolve. "A single misstep could have catastrophic consequences. We must approach this situation with the utmost care and consideration." Around the table, the assembled diplomats nodded solemnly, their eyes reflecting the gravity of the moment. They knew that the decisions made in the coming hours would echo through the ages, forever shaping the course of human civilization. As the teams worked tirelessly to establish a framework for potential communication, the global populace watched with bated breath, their imaginations captivated by the prospect of first contact. Some greeted the alien visitors with a sense of childlike wonder, their minds filled with visions of technological utopias and galactic alliances. Others, however, were gripped by a more primal fear, their memories haunted by humanity's historical tendency towards conflict and subjugation. In the laboratories and think tanks scattered across the world, scientists and engineers raced to decipher the nature of the colossal craft and its propulsion systems, hoping to glean insights that could provide a tactical advantage in the event of hostile intent. Yet, as they pored over the data, a growing sense of awe and humility began to emerge, for the level of technological sophistication on display seemed to defy the bounds of human imagination. "This is unlike anything we've ever encountered," marveled Dr. Amelia Zhao, her voice tinged with a mixture of fascination and trepidation. "The sheer scale and precision of this vessel's movements are simply astounding. I don't know if we have the capability to defend ourselves against such an advanced civilization." As the hours ticked by, the international teams tasked with establishing communication protocols made steady progress, painstakingly translating their messages into dozens of languages in the hopes of reaching a common ground with the alien visitors. They knew that a single misstep could have catastrophic consequences, and they worked with a sense of urgency that bordered on desperation. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of tense negotiation and frantic preparation, the moment of truth arrived. The colossal craft, having maintained a steady course towards the heart of the solar system, suddenly slowed to a halt, its massive form silhouetted against the backdrop of the stars. For a moment, the world held its collective breath, waiting with bated anticipation for the visitors to make the first move. And then, to the astonishment of all who witnessed it, the alien vessel began to transmit a message, a series of intricate patterns and modulations that seemed to dance across the electromagnetic spectrum, defying the limits of human language and communication. As the teams of linguists and scientists scrambled to decipher the message, the global audience watched with rapt attention, their hearts pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. What did the visitors have to say? Were they here to offer friendship and cooperation, or did they harbor more inscrutable motives? The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and the world held its breath, waiting with bated anticipation for the first exchange of words that would forever change the course of civilization. To the astonishment of the world, the alien vessel's first transmission was not a demand or ultimatum, but rather a message of peaceful intent. As the teams of linguists and scientists worked tirelessly to decipher the intricate patterns of light and sound, a profound realization began to dawn. The visitors were not here to conquer or subjugate, but rather to offer a hand of friendship and collaboration. "They're reaching out to us," murmured Amelia Zhao, her eyes wide with a mixture of wonder and disbelief. "It's as if they've been waiting for us to become ready, to take our place among the great civilizations of the cosmos." Around the globe, the news of this unexpected development spread like wildfire, igniting a wave of hope and optimism that swept across the world. Gone were the fears and anxieties that had gripped the populace in the days leading up to the arrival of the colossal craft. In their place, a renewed sense of purpose and determination took root. In the corridors of power, the international leaders who had once been divided by political and ideological differences now found themselves united in a shared vision of the future. The representatives from the world's nations convened emergency summits, their debates tinged with a sense of cautious enthusiasm as they worked to craft a unified response to the alien visitors. "This is an opportunity unlike any we've ever encountered," declared the President of the United States, her voice brimming with a sense of historic significance. "For the first time in human history, we have the chance to join a greater community of civilizations, to learn from those who have mastered the challenges of interstellar travel and exploration." Around the table, the assembled leaders nodded in agreement, their expressions reflecting a mixture of awe and determination. They knew that the decisions they made in the coming days and weeks would have profound and far-reaching consequences, not just for their own nations, but for the entirety of the human race. As the teams of linguists and scientists continued their painstaking work to decipher the alien message, the global populace watched with rapt attention, their imaginations captivated by the prospect of a future beyond the confines of their home planet. Children dreamed of exploring the stars, while their parents dared to envision a world where the divisions and conflicts that had plagued humanity for centuries were finally set aside in the name of a greater purpose. And then, in a moment that would be etched into the annals of human history, the alien visitors revealed the true nature of their mission. They had been observing the people of Earth for centuries, captivated by the rapid progress of human civilization and the resilience of the human spirit. They expressed a desire to share their knowledge and technology, to challenge humanity to reach its full potential as a spacefaring species. The response from the world's leaders was one of equal parts awe and humility. For so long, humanity had viewed itself as alone in the vast expanse of the cosmos, a solitary speck in an infinite sea of darkness. But now, in the face of this extraordinary revelation, they were forced to confront the reality that they were merely one among many, a young and vibrant civilization, teeming with untapped potential, ready to take its place among the great galactic powers. As the details of the alien visitors' offer were disseminated to the public, the world erupted into a frenzy of excitement and anticipation. Across the globe, people from all walks of life came together, their differences and divisions forgotten in the face of this momentous opportunity. Scientists, engineers, and visionaries began to dream of the endless possibilities that lay before them, while the general populace reveled in the prospect of a future beyond the confines of their planet. In the days that followed, the international community worked tirelessly to forge a unified response to the alien visitors, knowing that the decisions they made would echo through the ages and forever shape the course of human civilization. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and the world held its breath, waiting with bated anticipation for the next chapter in this extraordinary journey. With the alien visitors' offer of partnership and guidance, humanity embarked on a new era of scientific and technological advancement that would transform every facet of society. The rapid influx of alien knowledge and technology sparked a revolution that touched every corner of the globe, disrupting existing economic, political, and social structures in ways that few could have imagined. In laboratories and research facilities around the world, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to decipher the inner workings of the colossal alien craft, eager to harness its extraordinary capabilities for the betterment of humanity. Breakthroughs in fields ranging from energy production and transportation to medicine and communications happened at a dizzying pace, shattering long-standing paradigms and rewriting the very foundations of human civilization. "This is unlike anything we've ever seen before," marveled Dr. Amelia Zhao, her eyes alight with a sense of wonder and possibility. "The level of innovation and sophistication on display is truly breathtaking. It's as if we've been living in the dark ages, and now the light has finally been switched on." As the practical applications of the alien technology began to take shape, the global populace found themselves caught in the throes of a massive social and economic upheaval. Entire industries were rendered obsolete overnight, while new sectors and opportunities emerged with lightning speed, leaving governments and policymakers struggling to keep pace with the rapidly evolving landscape. In the developing nations of the world, the influx of alien-derived infrastructure and resources sparked a renaissance, lifting millions out of poverty and ushering in an era of unprecedented growth and prosperity. Meanwhile, in the more established economic powerhouses, the disruptive nature of the technological revolution sowed seeds of unrest, as workers and industries found themselves displaced by the relentless march of progress. "We're facing the biggest challenge to our way of life since the Industrial Revolution," lamented the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, his brow furrowed with a mixture of concern and determination. "We must find a way to harness this extraordinary potential while also ensuring that the benefits are shared equitably among all our citizens." Across the globe, political leaders grappled with the far-reaching implications of the technological revolution, their decisions shaped by a delicate balance of economic, social, and geopolitical considerations. Some nations embraced the changes wholeheartedly, pouring resources into research and development, while others sought to maintain a semblance of the status quo, fearful of the disruptive forces that threatened to upend the established order. In the midst of the upheaval, the world's population found itself divided. with some enthusiastically embracing the promise of a bold new future, while others clung to the familiar comforts of the past. Protests and social unrest erupted in the streets of major cities as competing visions of the future collided in a clash of ideology and self-interest. Yet, despite the challenges and uncertainties that threatened to tear society apart, a profound sense of unity and shared purpose began to emerge. Humanity, for once, seemed to set aside its petty differences and rivalries, united by the realization that they were on the cusp of a new era of exploration, discovery, and advancement. As the technological revolution continued to unfold, the world's leaders found themselves grappling with the complex ethical and societal implications of the alien-derived innovations. Questions of privacy, security, and the equitable distribution of resources dominated the public discourse, as the people of Earth sought to reconcile the promise of a better future with the potential pitfalls that lay ahead. In the end, it became clear that the choices made in the coming years would not only shape the destiny of humanity, but also determine its very place in the vast tapestry of the cosmos. The fate of civilization hung in the balance, and the world held its breath, waiting with a mixture of trepidation and unbridled optimism for the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. As humanity's capabilities expanded under the guidance and tutelage of their alien allies, the world's leaders found themselves navigating an increasingly complex and interconnected global landscape. The influx of alien technology and knowledge had ushered in a new era of prosperity and exploration, but it had also brought with it a host of challenges and responsibilities that few had anticipated. Chief among these was the integration of Earth into the vast network of interstellar civilizations that the alien visitors represented. The diplomats and statesmen tasked with this monumental undertaking knew that the decisions they made would not only shape the future of their own nations, but potentially the entire course of human history. "We are no longer simply citizens of our respective countries," declared the United Nations Secretary-General, her voice ringing with a sense of gravity and purpose. "We are now representatives of humanity itself, charged with navigating the complex politics and customs of a galactic community that stretches beyond the boundaries of our world." In the weeks and months that followed, the world's leaders convened a series of unprecedented diplomatic summits, their discussions punctuated by the awestruck gasps of their advisors as they were introduced to the diversity and complexity of the alien civilizations they now sought to join. The sheer scale and scope of the galactic community was beyond anything they had ever imagined, a tapestry of cultures, technologies, and belief systems that defied simple categorization. Alien species of all shapes and sizes, some humanoid, others entirely foreign to the human experience, gathered to share knowledge, forge alliances, and grapple with the challenges that faced their collective future. As Earth's representatives immersed themselves in this new reality, they found themselves both humbled and inspired. The depth of knowledge and the sophistication of the alien societies they encountered humbled them, for it became clear that humanity, for all its remarkable progress, was still a young and relatively inexperienced civilization in the grand scheme of the cosmos. And yet there was a sense of inspiration as well, for the alien visitors seemed genuinely eager to share their knowledge and resources, to nurture the growth and development of this promising new addition to the galactic community. The representatives of Earth soon realized that they were not merely observers or passive recipients of this cosmic largesse, but active participants in the shaping of a future that stretched beyond the bounds of their planet. "We stand at the threshold of a new era," said the President of the United States, his voice tinged with a mixture of wonder and determination. "One in which the people of Earth will take their rightful place among the great civilizations of the galaxy, contributing our unique perspectives and insights to the greater good of all." As the diplomatic exchanges and cultural collaborations intensified, the global populace found themselves caught up in the fervor of this momentous occasion. Across the world, people of all backgrounds and beliefs came together, their differences and divisions forgotten in the face of this extraordinary opportunity. Scientists and engineers worked side by side with their alien counterparts, sharing ideas and pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Artists and philosophers engaged in deep discussions, exploring the philosophical and spiritual implications of humanity's newfound cosmic connections. Even the most ardent skeptics and cynics found themselves swept up in the tide of excitement and optimism that swept across the globe. Yet, amid the euphoria, there were also those who viewed the integration into the galactic community with a sense of unease and trepidation. Some feared the loss of their cultural identity, while others worried about the potential for exploitation or subjugation by more advanced civilizations. The voices of dissent and caution grew louder, reminding the world's leaders that the path forward was not without its challenges and risks. As the debates raged on and the diplomatic dance continued, the people of Earth found themselves at a crossroads, their destiny inextricably linked to the choices made by their representatives. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and the world held its breath, waiting with a mixture of excitement and apprehension for the next chapter in this extraordinary journey. With the guidance and resources provided by their alien allies, humanity set its sights on the stars, embarking on a bold new era of space exploration and colonization that would forever change the course of civilization. The once impossible dream of interstellar travel had become a reality, and the people of Earth found themselves poised to take their rightful place among the great spacefaring civilizations of the galaxy. In the years that followed the initial contact, the rapid advances in propulsion, navigation, and life support systems allowed humanity to establish a permanent presence beyond the confines of their home planet. Colonies and outposts were erected across the solar system, harnessing the wealth of resources and the boundless opportunities that the cosmos had to offer. "This is a pivotal moment in the history of our species," declared the UN Secretary-General, her voice tinged with a mixture of pride and awe. "For the first time, we are no longer bound to the Earth, but are truly citizens of the universe, with the ability to reach out and touch the stars." As the colonization efforts gained momentum, a new generation of explorers, scientists, and visionaries emerged, their imaginations captivated by the endless possibilities that lay before them. The global populace, once divided by the upheaval of the technological revolution, found a renewed sense of unity and purpose in the shared pursuit of humanity's cosmic destiny. In the bustling hubs of the lunar and Martian colonies, the exchange of ideas and the cross-pollination of cultures gave birth to a vibrant and dynamic society, one that embraced the diversity and richness of the galactic community. Scientists from every corner of the world collaborated on groundbreaking research, while artists and philosophers explored the profound philosophical and spiritual implications of humanity's newfound place in the universe. "It's as if the stars themselves have come alive," mused Dr. Amelia Zhao, her eyes sparkling with a sense of wonder. "The depth of knowledge and the breadth of experience that our alien counterparts possess is truly awe-inspiring. We've only begun to scratch the surface of what is possible." As the colonies grew and prospered, the people of Earth turned their gaze ever further outward, venturing deep into the uncharted regions of interstellar space. Robotic probes and crewed expeditions pushed the boundaries of exploration, uncovering a wealth of new scientific discoveries and forging valuable connections with alien civilizations. Yet, amid the excitement and the sense of boundless potential, there were also challenges and uncertainties that required careful navigation. The integration of Earth into the galactic community had not been without its difficulties, as the world's leaders grappled with the complex political, economic, and cultural implications of their newfound cosmic connections. Debates raged on over issues of resource allocation, technological sharing, and the preservation of cultural identity. Some nations sought to maintain a degree of autonomy and self-sufficiency, wary of the potential for exploitation or domination by more powerful alien civilizations. Others, however, embraced the opportunities for collaboration and exchange, seeing in the galactic community a chance to transcend the petty divisions that had once defined the human experience. "We are no longer bound by the limits of our own world," proclaimed the President of the European Union, her voice ringing with a sense of determination. "The cosmos is our new frontier, and as we venture forth, We must do so with a spirit of unity and mutual understanding, for the fate of our species is inextricably linked to the choices we make today. As the decades passed and the colonies grew in size and sophistication, the people of Earth found themselves at the precipice of a new era, one in which the once distant dream of interstellar exploration had become a tangible reality. With the guidance and support of their alien allies, humanity had risen to the challenge, stepping out from the shadows of their home planet to take their rightful place among the great civilizations of the cosmos. And as the colossal alien vessel that had first heralded this momentous occasion finally departed, leaving behind a transformed and emboldened humanity, the world looked towards the future with a renewed sense of purpose and endless possibilities. The fate of the species had been forever altered, and the people of Earth knew that the journey that lay ahead would be one of discovery, adventure, and the realization of their most cherished dreams.